Hello and welcome back to Rollsborne as we present Shadows over Arkham. So, where we last left off, William made a hasty retreat while Charles got hit in the head with a baton. Charles and Eddie wake up who knows how long later, finding themselves bound and head covered with a burlap sack. As they hear somebody else in the room, they begin to question the individual. The individual answers a few questions, probably creates more questions than answers, reveals themselves to not entirely human, and leaves the room. After some finagling, Eddie and Charles are able to get the massive chain that was wrapped around them off, and decided that the best possible solution to getting the ropes that bound them off was to dive directly into the fireplace. But none of that really matters right now. Gavin, do we have a problem?
No, please continue.
You weren't there.
I just question how people can function without their caretaker telling them to stop running into burning things. One off chance. Oh, whatever. All right, you did it again. Okay.
But all of that doesn't matter right now because we're going to follow William as you make your retreat out of the building and into the streets of Arkham.
It is still night.
It is.
Well, I'm going to continue running until I am away from this building so I can think for a second.
You want to give me an athletics check to see how far that actually is?
Yeah, sure, boss. Ooh, -4? That sounds like a great roll. Oh, look at that. It doesn't succeed.
You go backwards.
Who would have guessed that?
You make it probably about 20, 30 feet.
Yeah, that's better than nothing, I suppose.
And you're going to take another point of fatigue.
-5, boys. -5. Right, you're gonna hate what I'm gonna say I'm gonna do next. It's probably past them.
You feel like you want to. William really feels like he wants to.
I don't think I want to in the street, though. At least not this street. Let's see. We are... I was gonna look at the map, but we don't have that anymore.
You do have the map.
Where's the map? Oh, you did a layer. Fancy technology. I didn't know you knew how to do that.
Do a star wipe.
Thanks. Ah, jeez. Okay. Middle of the night. I don't reckon police are going to be around, and even if they are, they're going to be useless anyways. Any hospital is quite far away.
On the other side of the river. With the exception of the sanitarium, which is not on the other side of the river, but still a decent ways away.
I don't trust him to fix my ribs. That doesn't seem like their specialty. But,
Maybe a bit of electroshock therapy?
I don't think electricity fixes bones. Last I checked, I mean, maybe the new study came out while I was not paying much attention. Where do I want to pass out? This doesn't seem like a great idea.
Home?
Gonna make it there? I don't know, but we're gonna try, I suppose. Considering I made it 20 feet.
Well, that was running.
Well, okay. Alright, I will drag myself down the road for a few hours. And try not to pass out.
What is home for William?
I mean, it's a shitty... I was gonna say it's a shitty apartment, but I don't know if that was really a thing in 20s. I think people actually had houses.
Yes.
Generally speaking.
So, I mean, it's probably just an indescript... Indescript? That's...
Nondescript.
Nondescript. That's the word. That's a better word. House among the rows of houses. He doesn't... Especially after not having, a good job anymore. Can't really live outside his means. Nothing fancy.
As you fall into bed in your own house, the last thought is you're very much aware Charles was not following you. And then sleep overtakes you. We're gonna do a small flash forward here. Go ahead and remove all fatigue and 1 wound, as it has been 5 days.
You don't even want me to fail the vigor check? Come on.
Dies in his sleep.
I don't think you take damage from failing the vigor check. Oh wait, no, you can. You actually can. Oh. You know what? Maybe I'll just take the 1 wound here. Maybe.
This is under the impression that obviously during these 5 days you've been to a doctor as well.
Okay, Ross.
Sometimes I can be generous. However, no Charles, no Eddie. For 5 days now. Where are you currently?
As much as it is a terrible idea, I think... Does William trust the police still? He doesn't trust the police chief. Or who?
Commissioner.
Was it the chief that got replaced? Or was it the...
Commissioner.
Commissioner, that's the word. So the chief was the guy we spoke to in the bar, yeah.
He was a captain.
Captain. Semantics, okay. But, I think William would try to see if there was any report of them even missing. I mean, I reckon someone would have reported them missing.
Yes.
Yes.
Charles has a family.
Yeah, the Charles family. I don't know about Eddie. Can Eddie answer that?
Eddie has a dog.
Who's feeding the dog?
I imagine, like, on day 2, it would have started kicking off. So, like, potentially neighbours.
The receptionist kind of looks at you. Yeah, we already have these reports on file. Is there anything you can tell us about their disappearance?
Does he say anything? Do I say anything? Does he? That I am me, the character. Hello.
Do we?
Do we? Well, I'll give her the last time I saw him that night, but I don't. We were out. It was after our employer burned down, and we were having a drink that night, and haven't seen him since.
So you guys went your separate ways after having a glass of water? She gives you a very pointed look.
They were still a little banged up from the whole running into a burning building thing. So I think they went home. I hope they went home.
Well, very clearly they did not, because the dog has been going insane, according to the neighbors, and the family of Charles is absolutely hysterical. So if you know anything else at all, it would be in their best interest for you to tell us.
They were rambling about going back to the burnt husk of a building, but it's not like you can disappear in a pile of rubble for 5 days.
She writes that down in a book, and she goes, well, at least that gives us an area to canvas. Anything else? I am going to give her a notice roll here. What's her notice? This is definitely not that. She doesn't succeed. She silently just continues to write notes. Goes, well, if we turn up anything, we'll let you know.
Will do. Or will do. Thanks. And he's gonna leave. I'm gonna leave and just kind of think to myself, I should at least go see if their bodies are in that office building, I suppose. He's probably been kind of not thinking about that purposefully, but leaving, people to rot in an office building for 5 days isn't very morally acceptable, I don't think, in polite society.
Are these just thoughts, or are they going to turn into actions?
They're gonna turn into actions, unfortunately. For my health and well-being.
As you return to the building, from the door that you exited that night,
Gonna go during the day so I can see things this time.
it is locked. However, the door is not thick. You can tell it's relatively fragile. Even with your injuries, you're pretty sure a nice strong boot would be all it needs.
I'll glance over my shoulder, make sure there's no one on the street looking at me. I guess I'll try to force the door.
Give me athletics.
There's an incredible chance I still fail this, you know that, right?
Yeah, you
Like, statistically, it's quite high. Because I have to roll a 6 to succeed. I have a 1 in 6 chance of...
you have a Benny.
So he can fail
spend
again.
a penny on breaking a door down again that I can fail on a 1 in 6 roll. You're smoking something, and I mean I know it's the 20s, but there's a window, right?
Yes,
Maybe-
there is. There's several.
Yeah, several windows. Are there any Like back doors, doors like in, an alley or anything besides, the door to hell?
Absolutely. There's windows in the alley. There's one door specifically next to where the trash gets dumped.
I'm gonna try that door. Maybe it'll be comedically unlocked. If not, I'm gonna try to force it. And if not, I'm gonna huck a brick through a window.
Give me that force roll because it is not comedically unlocked.
You got it, boss. Oh, what's that? Another failure? Who could have seen this one coming?
This one hurts as you kind of bounce off the door.
I'm rethinking going in here, guys. You might need to just be left to the ants. Like,
Left with no other options. It's brick time, baby.
hey, can I take a brick to like the door handle, try to break the lock?
Absolutely, and I'll give you a +2.
Balance it out.
Oh wow, only a whatever. Athletics again.
Yeah,
Hey,
5 works. As you pick up a brick, and that seems to be able to break the handle, allowing you entry into the building. And as you step in, Charles, Eddie, you roll out of the fire, absolutely blistering. Yeah, the pain is extraordinary.
hot, 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 hot. But are the bonds loose?
Yes.
Oh yes, I'm gonna shake loose, roll, stop, drop, and roll.
Yeah.
But try not to make too much noise. Take off the burlap. What's in this room?
Well, partly the burlap's on fire too, so.
Well, that would be another good reason to take it off.
First thing to take it off.
The room, it's odd as you look about the room. Doesn't seem of modern construction. It almost seems like a room that you would see in England in a castle. It's like big stonework, hard wooden chairs, stuff like that. Definitely is not of modern construction.
I don't know of any building in the city that's built like this.
The asylum? What's the asylum like?
No, the asylum isn't like this.
Did they take my camera and satchel?
You have nothing on you.
Nothing on me. So they
Yeah.
did. Is it anywhere in the room?
Not that you can see from a cursory glance.
I would like to make a slightly more than cursory glance.
Me notice.
Yes, I will search the room for my stuff. 6.
You do not find your stuff. Not in this room. Everything in this room it's essentially a makeshift prison cell. So you find the accoutrements that you would expect in here. Ropes, chains, devices that leave your imagination horrified as to their uses. There's some man-sized cages hanging from the ceiling as well. The ceiling, you notice, is actually quite high up. Probably 14, 15 feet up.
Are we in a dungeon? Are any windows?
Not that you can see.
Well, this place makes me uncomfortable, to say the least.
And that's why I'm saying that we make our way, we get out as quickly as possible.
Yes, I concur. Door.
There's one door.
There's one door.
Which
How much do you want to bet that someone's watching said door?
That's why I'm thinking I'm going to look back towards the fire. Smoke's got to go somewhere.
Okay. Well, chimney sweepers are a fairly common occupation, so there should be room to wiggle up in there. Be hot and dirty.
And it's going to take us to a roof. But other than that, we're home free.
Wherever that happens to be. Yes. Is there anything else in the room that seems important or loose enough to take or odd that it should be here? I know I already made a notice roll, but
no,
besides the torture stuff.
no, nothing
No.
odd. Well, there is. I wouldn't call it odd. It makes sense in the context of where you are. The only thing that I guess would make it quote unquote stand out is the fact that it's recently been used. There's a bucket that's obviously been used for, toilet.
Mm.
That is filled about halfway full of murky liquid.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't need that. Nope. But that does mean there were others here.
Exactly.
Are there any stuff on any of the tools? Blood-ish?
You're gonna have that's something more specific. Give me a notice roll to
Okay.
really look at that.
Yeah, I'll give you another one. That's fine. I just want to... Oh, that's a good one.
They've been sterilized, cleaned, but there are telltale signs of them having been used relatively recently.
All right. Well, I don't... It seems they use this room often enough that I don't want to stay here any longer. Yeah, let's get let's get going. How do we put out the fire? Because I don't want to climb in there with it on.
We use the burlap.
To just snuff it out.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, sorry, I'm asking a question to Storyteller. To GM.
I mean, if that would be a lot harder than the obvious answer.
The bucket over there.
Oh, that's gonna smell so bad.
Yes. Yes, it is.
However, it is also the best option.
In which case, I am still going to use the burlap, but this time as a like an old bandana mask.
I'm sorry, I unfortunately have experience with this. It doesn't help very much. It really doesn't.
I'm probably aware.
You are, as you grab the rancid bucket and pour it, as the old urine does put out the fire. However, yeah, let's not even discuss that further. I do want everybody make me a vigor check, with the exception of William, obviously.
Oh no.
You want to spend a penny, or are you okay with emptying every bit of acid from your stomach? Because there's no food in there, so it's going to be pure acid.
Yeah, I'll acid it up. Oh, that's so bad.
Oddly enough, Eddie, not the worst smell. Certainly not pleasant, but like
Burn up bandana.
you smell burnt burlap instead.
Yeah.
That's got to be the worst thing I've ever smelled. Okay.
Hey, get it out. Don't you gonna be okay?
Yeah. No, don't smell. He walks a little bit away to try to get a bit of a fresher air before coming back and breathing shallowly through his mouth.
Oh, now it's in your mouth, though.
But I'm less likely to taste it than I am to smell it.
I don't know about that.
I mean, he did just like vomit up a bunch of stomach acid, so that's probably what you're gonna taste for a while.
Gonna burn my taste buds off right there.
Fair enough.
Okay. Up into the unknown. Who goes first?
I'm gonna put my head into the fireplace and just look up, see if can I see daylight above or.
Daylight, no. Nightlight, yes.
I don't mind that. There goes nothing right.
All right. You go first. I'll be behind you. If you fall, I can catch you. You can land on me. I don't know.
Give me... Ooh, give me this would be athletics. Asking for a lot of athletics today.
Great, okay.
Goes up. My turn.
Ooh.
That smell is still bothering me.
So, I'm going to give an option here. Eddie, you got a raise. So I'll give you two options here. You can either spin that raise and not have to make another roll. In other words, you'll make it all the way to the top. Or you can spin that raise and help out Charles. But that means you both have to make another roll to get out.
I'll burn it to help. Like hands, like kind of just instinctively, like just like reaching down, like grabbing collar as he slips.
Oh.
It's like probably like the braces, just like
My suspender.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Don't fail me now.
And here I was supposed to catch you.
I'm going to probably spend a penny on that one. Come on. Oh, okay.
Not quite a raise.
No.
Uh,
I fail again. I'm spending a penny.
Yeah, I spent one.
There we go.
hey.
These -3s, man.
I know.
You're able to push through it. And as you reach the crest, you recognize absolutely nothing.
Where the hell are we?
Would it be appropriate for Charles to ask when are we, if this is looking like a medieval area?
I wouldn't say it looks like a medieval area. It does definitely look rural.
Okay. Not home, that's for sure. I don't recognize any of this.
Essentially, where you are currently, as you look out, you see a few large hills around you. Forest, from the best you can guess, it would be some woods area out to your east. Yeah, east. To your southeast, roughly, you see what looks to be farmland, or at least at one point was. It's exceedingly overgrown and decrepit.
Any sign of anything? Like, are there any lights on the horizon, or?
Yeah, any other buildings, are there lights, any other movement?
No, unfortunately, outside of hills to your northwest and just beyond the farm in the south, you can't really see too much due to the woods.
Charles is gonna be crouching low and kind of peeking over the edge of the roof to see if there's anyone down guarding any of the walls, the doors, or anything.
You look down. And you don't see a building. You look like everything you see is just a very rocky hilltop. So you look down and you just, yeah. So you just look down and you see that you're at the top of a very tall hill.
Yeah.
Did we emerge onto grass?
Yes.
Oh. I missed that.
Yeah.
Well, you hadn't really asked what the ground was that you stepped on, so I had.
I kind of figured that kind of would be obvious if we're putting our hands on it. This is not rooftop. This is grass.
Well,
Sorry.
you felt stone for a while.
Okay.
It's very rocky.
Okay. Gotcha. I thought we were in a building.
You and me both.
So someone carved out a cave? Another one?
Maybe the same one, who knows? Who knows how far deep that place goes, how wide?
If I were to guesstimate where the door was that we saw from inside and stand over it on top of the hill, is there a door out that I can see, or does it continue leading underground and I can't see it?
To your best guess, it leads further inside of whatever complex it is.
Okay.
This isn't a small hill either. This is actually, it's steep. So one of the larger hills, actually. And as you look about for that door, you do notice that there are some of the stones are not just, boulders or the like. Some of them seem to be more column-esque.
Oh. Some ancient ruins, more ancient ruins hidden in America.
Who knows what this place was old burial ground. Don't think about it too much.
Oh, that won't be very hard. What I'm thinking about is how to get home. I have no idea where we are. It's nighttime. There's no point of reference anywhere that I recognize. Is there?
No.
No.
So we've got the old rural farming village. That house to the northeast, the southwest, did you say?
It's southeast.
Southeast. I mean, if somewhere looks like, someone might be there, old timer.
It's a risk. On the one hand, yeah, it might just be an old timer doing his farming. On the other hand, he's kind of close to whoever this is. And whoever runs this, I don't want to trust with anything.
Who knows?
Out of the pan into the fire.
The way I see it is, we don't know where we are, and there's a building. Hey, might not even be anyone there. Maybe there's an old car. Who knows? Map of the local area, something.
Something. Yeah, you're right. Something's better than nothing. Very least we can go have a look. I'm kind of hoping that there's nobody there. I'll be perfectly honest.
Kind of with you on that one, all the way.
How far away is it?
Sorry, I haven't. Roughly about a mile.
1 mile. Downhill, obviously.
Yeah, down.
Rocky downhill.
10-minute walk.
Well,
20-minute walk.
sooner we get out of here, the better, I say. So, yeah. Let's head toward the farm. See what we find. Maybe it'll lead us home.
The walk is uneventful. Nothing happens.
Best news.
It is completely uneventful. As you get there, you see the fields in complete and utter disarray. Dead crops. Dead weeds, even. From what had killed the crops, and even the weeds died. The old farmhouse, that's probably an exaggeration of the term farmhouse at this point. Has mostly caved in on itself. Some of it looks to be that it simply has just rotted away. Other parts seem to have been much more recently destroyed. But recent is also not the correct term, just more recent than the parts that have rotted away.
Yeah.
But parts of it still remain standing. From just the quick cursory glance, you can't see too far into it, but what would be the living area seems to be stable and still not livable, but stayable should you decide to.
Well,
I will give a knock, despite the fact it looks like no one's actually here.
Obviously, nobody comes to the door. I do also want to state that upon descending the hill, you did come across the dirt road that led you in front of this place as well, and it continues further on down as well. Definitely not something that you would see a car on, but something maybe
More of a trail.
dirt road is probably closer than trail.
Is it like when there's just like the two tracks and it's just constant use as like water road in rather than
More, yeah, that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
like grass in the middle?
Well, if grass grew.
Yeah. There's dead grass in the middle.
There you go.
Well, looks like nobody's home. That's one wish granted. Suppose they won't mind if we open. Then he opens the door. Is it open?
The door was already off the hinges.
Well, he opens it anyway.
And by off the hinges, I mean it's like barely hanging there.
Hanging on one. He
Yeah.
just pushes it out the way. Well, let's see what kind of trash we can find. I don't know exactly what I'm hoping to find or what I'm looking for. Just something. He's saying that out loud.
Give me a notice roll.
Yeah. Can I do the same?
Come on. I got nothing. It's too dark.
I am looking for anything that casts light, candles, torch, flashlight. Oh,
You find a few
Like
candles. You also find a bit of rubble that can be cleared away. It's one of those things, you can see the door frame, you can see the rubble in front of the door frame, but also because you were outside, you can also visually place where that room is, and you also know that room's not caved in either. And the rubble doesn't look like it'd be extraneous to move, it just needs to be moved.
wait. Is there a matchbook as well? Because I will light a couple of candles if that's
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, I'll strike up get some light in this place.
It takes a couple because a lot of them are damp. It lights up, and honestly, it's remarkable how weathered and rotted the insides are. You can't get away from the smell of wet wood.
Well, this is certainly a fixer-upper, isn't it? Smell that musk. Smells like black mold.
Yeah, that's something you missed out on in trenches. They used to flood. Water used to get into the support beams. Used to have to take them out. Sometimes they give way.
Ooh. That's
If
a
you were
nasty way to
if you were in
go.
a foxhole at the time, best of luck to you.
And at this point, I want to switch over as the door cracks open, allowing you to look inside, William.
Is there anyone with a club?
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Not blatantly out in the open, at the very least.
Alright. Do I recognize this part of the building at all?
It looks like an office building.
I will continue cautiously because we were jumped here before, so I'm gonna, be careful around my corners and whatnot.
You want to give me stealth?
Yeah, sure. A D4 at a -2? Wow, this looks like a great roll, guys. Oh, so, Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll re-roll that. Yeah.
Are you actually gonna re-roll?
Ooh, look, I still fail. Oh, damn. Yeah, I tried using a Benny, guys. They're not a good game mechanic. Who balance tested this game?
I know. I mean, you did just bash in the door handle with a brick, so.
Yeah, fair enough. But
Unfortunately, there's just not any way to be quiet as every footstep echoes in this empty building. But you find the same office rooms that you saw before, all each identical. You find the break room that you found before with the water cooler. Water cooler's back where it was as well. Also, the hole in the wall is completely patched up. Like, you can't even tell there was a hole in the wall from where you guys came through.
no bodies.
No bodies.
No blood. No.
Not a single drop.
They steam cleaned their carpet. Okay.
That would involve them having carpet.
Okay. No, I'm pretty sure there was carpet here before. They must have changed it. This is.
The offices had carpet. I believe I did think that.
Well, no bodies. Maybe they're alive. Probably not. But, at least there's nothing to bury here, so they probably taken and skinned or something. Well, that's very unfortunate, but I can't break through a wall, so it's not like I can go back down. I mean, and even if they were left like tied up in a room here, they probably would have died of dehydration by now. So, what am I here for as I'm standing in this hallway looking around?
If you're expecting an answer, none comes.
Well, well, there's no point in staying here then. I'll mumble to myself as I leave the building, I guess. Trying to think. Is that, very suspicious, wall door that we have to dig in the ground to open still around? How's the dirt looking there? Is that still uncovered? Did they recover it?
It's been reburied and patted down to look almost identical to as if it had never been touched.
And you're certainly trying to cover it up. Make sure no one knows anything happened here. Police won't find anything.
At this point, you feel a tap on your shoulder.
Then a club to the back of my head.
No, just a tap on your shoulder.
Okay, well, I'm going to quite quickly, spin around, take a back step.
Homeless man, roughly in his... It's hard to tell his age with the amount of grime on him. Yeah, hey, got any change, sir?
And I have no idea, honestly, as I'll give a quick pat on my pockets. I do I carry money? People did that in the 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I guess they kind of had to. It's not like
Why are you looking at the ground?
it's been a week. I have no idea, honestly. I don't know if I can trust what I'm doing anymore. And I'll fish out probably, handful of coins. Here you go. That's worth something in the 20s.
God bless you, sir. God bless you. And
God
roll
bless
me
us all in this damn city.
a notice roll.
Yeah, sure. Wow, thanks to my cool edge, at least I'm rolling at a flat. Ooh, damn. If only I wasn't at a -2, I would have succeeded.
You are at a -2, but a +2.
Yeah, but if I had that +2 still, I would have gotten 4. Nah, whatever.
You don't notice anything. But as he turns to leave, and you look down at your hand is now, because he kind of did this when he took the coins, put his hands around yours and then took the coins into his. Your hand is now kind of covered in some viscous, clear solution.
Well, I'm gonna go wash this off now. Um,
Sniffer.
no? Please do not snip homeless juice. I don't... where's the sink? I don't know. I guess I'm gonna go to the river and wash this off, I guess. Where else am I gonna find a sink around here? I don't have to explain that to anyone.
And I think it's on this very weird note. We'll see everybody next time.